February the 8th, 2014. Guys, there's an article on CNN, and if you watch Pastor Paul Begley, he's got a video out he did yesterday about Subway getting caught putting this in their bread. It's a plastic. And I want to go over this. Let's look at it in detail. Were they really just putting this into the bread as a filler? Do you really believe they're going to go to that much trouble? This is the number E927. It's used as a food additive, a flour bleaching agent, and an improving agent. It reacts with moist flour as an oxidizing agent. The main reaction product is biurea, a derivative of urea. That's right, urine, which is stable during baking. Now, it goes on and talks about the United States and Canada permit the use of this. In Australia and Europe, the use is banned. In many nations, almost all of them. But they will find different ways. Now, this E927, let's look at that number. It's used for T-shirt bags, trash can liners, heavy-duty bags, multi-wall bag liners. This gives the details of what it is. It also meets all requirements by the FDA to be in contact with food, like food wrappers. But it's banned in other countries. Now, you see here, Australia and Europe use as a food additive is banned. It is used in the production of foam plastics as an additive. Goes on and talks about all of that here, guys. And there's something much deeper than a filler. And it's been leading to some of the things we've been talking about on the radio show, guys. Now, here at the bottom it says that it was used by the fast food retailer Subway in its bread. Online petition urging Subway to remove the ingredient garnered 50,000 signatures in 24 hours. And there, guys, in Europe, but not only couldn't put it in food, you couldn't even have it come in contact with food. But people had been eating this thing. What is Jared made of, guys? Silicon, what are we made out of? Now listen, what did Anthony Patch, has he been saying on the radio show at Blog Talk about transhumanism, third strand DNA, silicon-based DNA with gold tip melanase in your DNA structure, guys, in the cells. But here, the UK health and safety executives have identified it as a respiratory sensitizer. World Health Organization has linked it to respiratory illnesses, allergies, and asthma. Guys, any of you have any of those problems? Now, look right here. Garuda International Incorporated. Guys, we're talking about transhumanism. We're talking about a company that's leading this forward. It's going to cause, and it already has caused, so many deaths. It's causing so many health problems. But we've asked this question, if they're going to, we're talking about silicon, semiconductor, transhumanism, and the beehive mentality where supercomputer controls humans, how would they get the silicon inside everyone? Guys, it goes deeper. This company also makes high selenium yeast powder. The selenium, let's take a look at this. This contains 100% organically bound selenium produced from the introduction of selenium salt during highly controlled active aseptic Arabic fermentation. 1150 to 1260 parts per million is what's in this yeast powder. What is selenium? Selenium is a chemical element with symbol Se and the atomic number 34. It is non-metal. It rarely occurs in the elemental state in nature or as a pure ore compounds. It means moon in Greek. It is found impurely in metal sulfide ores, where it partially replaces the sulfur. Commercially, selenium is produced as a byproduct of the refining of these ores, most often during copper production. A byproduct, guys. Minerals that are pure selenized or selenate compounds are known but are rare. The chief commercial use today is glass making and pigments. Selenium is what? A semiconductor. Used in photocells, used in electronics. Must be supplanted by what? Silicon. Same company, guys. It's in surge protectors, baby formulas, fluorescent, and quantum dots. What is a quantum dot? It is a nanocrystal made of semiconductor materials. This is in baby formula now. Its excitons are confined in what? 3 spatial dimensions? Listen to this. It is for qubits in quantum what? Computing? Is this what we've been talking about, guys? How are they going to introduce it? Through everything we eat and drink. Now these, it says that quantum dots and transistors, solar cells, diode lasers, and look, excitation and emission of the quantum dot, they are therefore highly tunable. So they can just tune whatever they want into, you guys. Notice up there in the top, colloidal gold. We've been talking about that. This stuff, hot concentrated selenic acid, is capable of dissolving gold, forming gold selenate. How you want to get it in the melanes of your DNA, guys? You just seen the chemical composition. And using nanocrystals that they can tune. Are you listening? Guys, next week I'm going to get Anthony back on. He's got a book out about this, and it's very interesting that these things are coming out now. And we've just been talking about them 2 or 3 weeks, getting deep into this subject. And is this how they're going to do it? Guys, imagine this scenario. This stuff is about to kill you. And let's look at what happens here. Selenium hexafluoride is one of the compounds produced. It is not widely encountered and has no commercial uses. It can be prepared from the elements of bromide trifluoride with selenium dioxide. The crude product is purified by sublimation. Now listen, this hexafluoride can, once you get it in your body, it is quite inert and slow to hydrolyze. It is a toxin even at low concentrations, especially by longer exposition on it. It says the U.S. OSHA and the ACGIH standard for selenium hexafluoride exposure is an upper limit of 0.05 parts per million, and it's listed as an IDLH. That means immediately dangerous to life and health. And this is the byproduct of what they're putting into baby formula. And almost anything that you can put this powdered milk type stuff in, this company makes the calcium, spelled COW. All of these, in this new fructose, has got this in it, this polycosanol. Is possibly safe, they say, for most people when used in low doses, 10 to 80 milligrams per day. It can cause skin redness, rash, migraines, insomnia, drowsiness, irritability, dizziness, upset stomach, increased appetite, trouble urinating, weight loss, nose and gum bleeds, and other side effects. It may be safe. Do not use it when you're pregnant or breastfeeding. They're not sure. It can cause slow blood clotting. Don't use it 2 weeks before surgery, but it's in all the sugar now. Same company. Study that. The symbol of the company we're talking about is a transhuman, half bird, half man. It's in all the ancient Hindu, Asian literature. Krishna rode upon this winged being that was at war with the serpents, the serpent gods of that day. But guys, this is evil. They're introducing nanoparticles with silicon base, tunable quartz. Do you think it's really a filler? Heads up.